Hey everyone, how's it going? Over the years I've been friends with and worked with a lot of different photographers. One of the main talking points that always comes up is about Photoshop and its use in photography. Some photographers love it, and yet others talk about it being cheating, lazy, or not even real photography. I find that mostly this comes from an ignorance or misunderstanding of what Photoshop is actually doing to the photos. I wanted to do some videos from a technical perspective as someone who's actually programmed these types of tools before. I want to try and dispel some of the myths about Photoshop and hopefully learn some new things about it myself. So what does the Curves tool even do? Well, let's take a look at a black and white image because it's easier to understand the concept when only dealing with a single channel. As a quick intro, digital images are made of pixels, and pixels are just numbers that represent specific colors. Imagine a paint by numbers book, and it's exactly the same. The image is made up of millions of numbers between 0 and 255. Which in a black and white image represents how bright the pixel is, 0 being a totally black pixel and 255 being a totally white pixel, and 127 being mid-grey. Let's now take a look at the curves window and see how that relates. The first thing a photographer should notice here is the histogram. It's the same as is displayed on most decent cameras these days. It helps you see how much of the image is at each level of exposure. We have exposure on the x-axis and the number of pixels on the y-axis. Seeing the image exposure this way can help you get a better understanding of what's going on, whether it's under or overexposed. Overlaid on top of this is the interactive part of the tool. We have two axes, the input on the x-axis and the output on the y-axis. Then we have our tone curve, which by default is a straight line or linear curve. This tool acts as a lookup table for each pixel in the image. It takes its value, say 127, and looks it up on the x-axis. Then, we can draw a line from there up in the y-axis until it touches the curve. At this point we have its y-axis value, which we then use instead of the original. In the case of a perfectly linear curve like the default, these two values will be identical and the image will remain unchanged. But if we modify the curve and make it curvier, we can affect the output value, brightening some areas of the image and darkening others if we choose. This process is similar to the kinds of things photographers used to do in the darkroom. By exposing different areas of their negatives for different lengths of time, they were able to manipulate the resulting image too. If you liked this video or have suggestions for other videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'd love to do more videos about dispelling the myths and magic of Photoshop. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see, and don't forget to subscribe to get notified when I make new content. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.